she went to a model where she began to do her conferences and events and all of that because it was just all new. How many know who Ralph Wilson is? A few of you know Ralph Wilson in the earliest days, some of the pioneers. Larry Chase. Things have changed dramatically. And along the way, we've pioneered a science called offer response optimization. And the entire goal at Marketing Experiments is to optimize the sales and marketing process. That's all we do. And we think the internet is the most phenomenal way to measure transaction and understand the psychology of what's taking place. I want to warn you that our entire approach will be different probably than anything you have heard and might even tilt you. We don't even believe in optimizing web pages. We believe in optimizing a sequence of thoughts that takes place in the mind of a person who interacts with your web pages. We're going to think differently about the whole process before the day is over, and we're going to be introducing to you a heuristic that will be a thinking tool, because the problem I see over and over again is as the knowledge of optimization is increased across the net, people have developed a kind of list of best practices. And so when they go to fix a page, they kind of think about things like keep it above the fold, make sure your headline is good, do you have a call to action, is your button design right? All of those are good, but those are not at the core of the understanding you need, because they are only what to do, not why to do it. There has not been developed and disseminated a meta-theory of optimization that coordinates all of this in such a way as to give you a deep, deep understanding. That deep understanding is vital because it will allow you to think not only about some list to apply to a page, but to have a grasp of what's going on in the cognitive psychology of the web experience, and thus allow you to know what should be changed and should not be changed for much more fundamental reasons than you learn some rules in a class. I do not want to teach you a group of rules today. I'm going to teach you a different way to think about optimization.
Hey, this is Big Jason. I just got done with Marketing Experiments landing page optimization workshop and certification. I am so tired, and I'm here with Brian McElroy, my copywriter extraordinaire for better email deliverability guarantee. His URL is copydaddy.com. And so what are we doing right now, Brian, in Miami?
In Miami, we're about to have dinner at a great little cafe right by my loft here in the Design District. Cody's, just a nice Italian cafe, fairly traditional. And great thing about Miami, you know, nice little restaurants, very authentic, lots of places to go. Maybe later on hit up South Beach, who knows? And we'll probably be working on some landing pages and some copy. That's actually more likely. So, biggest takeaways from today?
You know, you can have best practices, but if you just follow them to the T, you're leaving money on the table. You got to continually test things, and you know, don't just get something in your mind that's, you know, works 100% of the time. You know, based on the market, based on the product. You always got to be testing, and you always got to be mindful of different traffic sources because they're going to convert at different rates. And especially as an affiliate, when someone says, "Oh, it's converting at X%," you know, they could just have an affiliate that's really with a really targeted list that's you know, lifting it. So you always got to be mindful of where the traffic is coming from, and also you've got to be mindful of elements in your copy on your landing pages that don't restate or support your value proposition. Why should people be buying from you versus your competitor? You gotta ask yourself, you gotta answer that in every element of the page and every step of the sales process.
Okay, now we have our meal. So Brian, why don't you just tell us what we're eating right here?
We have a nice bison steak that looks fantastic with a really old kind of grain from Europe that's kind of like barley and also looks delicious. And Big Jason has an unbelievable plate of spare ribs that's falling off the bone with, it looks like a little applesauce on the side. So we gotta turn off this video. This looks too good. We gotta dive in. Getting pretty full in here. This is a great place. Actually just 2 blocks from my apartment. My first time here, so thanks Big Jason for joining me. Some pistachio sort of top it off, and an Italian style of flan called panetta, right?
Me gusta flan.
Perfect. We're all set. Dig in.